Cincinnati Bengals control of their own destiny. If Boomer Esiason can lead the Bengals to a victory tonight, they're in as a wild card. If they lose, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers watching tonight in Pittsburgh that will take the final wild card spot. Final game of the 1989 regular season. Cincinnati coming into tonight with an 8-7 record. They came within inches, of course, of winning it all, and a Joe Montana miracle took it away from them in the final seconds in Super Bowl 23. But they come in a very confident football team off a 61-7 victory over Houston, and a team you get the sense that they plan on other games for this season. Meanwhile,
from the 23, Wilson to throw to set up the screen, hits Finney, has two blockers in front, and an auspicious beginning for Minnesota as Fulcher drags him down at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, Minnesota from the 48-yard line. It is Walker, and Walker starting right, going left, and that didn't fool anybody. Loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Bengals showing corner blitz, and here they come. They love to do that. They pick up the corner, and Wilson hits Carter for a first down at the 37-yard line. From the 33, out of the shotgun. Wilson throws. Carter makes the catch, and another first down as he takes it to the 19-yard line.
Like this is the middle of the 3rd quarter.
2nd and 10 from the 19-yard line. Wilson throws. It's deflected and in and out of the hands of Ricky Dixon, who can't believe it. It was almost too easy for him.
And the crowd's booing. They want a penalty. I think the crowd would like an interference penalty, but Ricky Dixon, and now he's gone to the end zone.
And this is the 9th play of the opening drive. Pressure. Finney. Fulcher is able to drag him down by his ankles at the 14, and the Minnesota field goal unit with Rich Karlis will come in. Made the most of it. Scribner holding, and Karlis's kick is perfect from 31 against the Oilers, led by Boomer Esiason. This year again averaging close to 8 yards per pass attempt, and as you can see, better than a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Of course, as always, to the Pro Bowl, Montoya as an alternate. From the 20, Esiason throws, and the catch is made. On 2nd and 2, the fake to ball, and Esiason lost it to Brooks. And Brooks is out of bounds. Here's Brooks. Slip move to the outside, breaks the tackle, and picks Minnesota. 8:25 to go in the opening quarter. They send Brooks in motion. Esiason looks the other way and throws short.
and for Herschel Walker if you had him right through camp.
From the 41, off the play fake. That buys Wilson a lot of time, and it buys a wide-open Jordan for a first down at the 27-yard line. The Steelers, to a man in Pittsburgh, obviously rooting on the Vikings so they can keep their season alive. Finney on the screen takes it to the 20-yard line.
Crumrye, the undisputed leader of that defensive team.
Third and a long two, and David Fulcher has limped off the field, and it's
Ball was there. Very, very close.
Close call. 37-yard attempt by Karlis, and this one is good. Good by plenty.
But I've heard that the lack of flag makes it a great play. No laundry, it's a beauty.
Yep. Cincinnati from the 14-yard line. Here's Brooks behind Ball. Cuts in off a Ball block. Picks up the first down, and James Brooks
Lined up in the two-back set with James Brooks.
2nd and 8. Pressure is on from Dolman, but he gets the pass away to Brooks. Another first down. There's a flag down. He takes it to the 35-yard line of Minnesota. There's a flag down back at the Cincinnati 42. Thrown by the line judge. And it's coming back. So negate the gain by Brooks, what would have been an 18-yard pickup. The original line of scrimmage was the 47.
Tripping, number 75, offense.
That's Bruce Ruff. They have to get to the Minnesota 44 for a first down, and Brooks escapes. Gets out past the 30, and Brooks to the 39-yard line. James Brooks turns absolutely nothing into a minimal gain anyway, as he escaped Grimm at first. Noga almost had him in the backfield, and then James Brooks is able to finally get it out to the 39-yard line.
Boy, what a job. Brooks has done this year. They lost Ickey Woods, the 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago, their leading rusher, and Brooks has taken up the slack, and that's just a great athlete performing for you. Turns a loss of 6 or 7 yards into a big pickup.
We'll be back in contact with the guys in Green Bay and the Steelers as well in Pittsburgh from the 39-yard line. Wilson hits Carter a first down.
Secondary.
Nipped 3 off Houston last week.
2nd and 9. Wilson off a roll, throws, and the catch is made at the 35-yard line by Hassan Jones. A first down.
He turned in the first quarter.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line, and here's Walker piling forward for 4 on what will be the final play of Gifford, Dan Dierdorf on Christmas night. We start the second quarter, and on 2nd and 7 for Minnesota, it's Rick Fenny fighting his way forward for a first down to the 21-yard line behind a block. 2nd and 8 from the 19-yard line. Vikes on top 6-0. Wilson fires into the end zone and broken up at the goal line. Intended for Hassan Jones, and Lewis Billups with a little salute after breaking the play up.
I don't know who he thinks he's saluting.
His heart is an 8 from the 19-yard line. That's Leo Lewis in motion. He stays in the block, and they give it to Walker on an inside handoff, and he takes it to the 11, and that's very close to a first down. He cut off a block by Randall McDaniel, and very close to a first.
We're just talking about huge holes up front, though. I mean, this is a situation.
So up they come in the eye.
They have not been good at stopping teams when they get down close either.
And they give it to the up back, and it's Fenny, and he picks up the first down with a lot to spare, taking it to the 8 and setting up the 1st and goal.
But if you're going to go on 4th and short, and you've got a couple of...
And all of a sudden, Wilson was sitting down.
This is a pressure cooker here in Minnesota. As I told you earlier, this offensive team's been getting a lot of gas.
22-yard field goal attempt is just inside the upright, but Carlos is 3 for 3, and he has, despite missing the first. And Esiason trips and gets sacked back at the 4-yard line. Chris Dolman will get credit for it.
Back. Looked like his right foot was caught, could have been stepped on.
And the Bengals without a huddle now, going right to the air, and Esiason with a flag being thrown has it broken up at the 50-yard line, intended for McGee, but there's a flag well away from the play itself on the near side. Bengals that time going without a huddle, trying to catch Minnesota changing. And they'll discuss it. Pat Haggerty will tell us. Again, the penalty was away from where the play eventually wound up at midfield.
Of course, the whole theory of this offense is to catch the defensive team in a change.
12 men on the field.
They did.
Defense.
That's exactly what happened. The Bengals, by going without the huddle, and that's a penalty that the Bengal opponents have made time and time and time again this season.
And the rule is hard and fast. You have 12 men out on that field, even if they are near the sideline. If they're stepping off the field, there's still 12 men on the field.
3rd and call it 12 from the 8-yard line.
And there's Boomer calling the play.
Brooks in motion. And Esiason under pressure, throws into double coverage and has it picked off by Darrell Fullington at the 38-yard line. There was nothing there. The ball at the 37-yard line. Here's Wilson going right to the air, finds Carter in the seam. Carter running parallel along the 20, out of bounds at the 13-yard line. What a block by Hassan Jones. And it's first down from the 11. A deep drop, and a screen is set up, and the catch is made by Fenny, who breaks tackles and scores the touchdown. And there are the Steelers. Keith Willis, 3 games this year prior to signing with Minnesota, and yet he's tied with San Francisco's Mike Kofer and Washington's Chip Lohmiller for the league lead.
And if he keeps this up, he may get a dozen tonight.
I may go for that award too, but again, Cincinnati dodging another bullet. They had a first down at the 15-yard line. Now they're going to have to settle for a long field goal attempt. Even down 16-0. This thing could have been blown totally out of here by now, and it hasn't been.
Viking team record is 30 by Fred Cox, so Carlos tries to tie that mark, and he is right on the money tonight.
Well, Cincinnati may have avoided the bullet to the heart.
You got to get it going, though.
All right, we'll find out what happens here on this drive from the 23-yard line as Esiason dumps one off for Eric Caddis, the tight end, and he's bumped out of bounds by Ray Berry out at the 39-yard line.
Play action.
1st and 10, Cincinnati from the 39-yard line. Inside handoff, Brooks escapes. Takes it out to the 46. I just love watching that night, Alabama against Miami. 3rd down and 3. Pressure on Esiason, but he gets it away. Finds the open man. That's Eddie Brown for a first down. He gets wrestled down, and a flag goes down. Travis Curtis and Berry makes 18-0, Minnesota. To Stanford Jennings. And Jennings slipping a tackle and fighting to the 34.
A coach that likes a veteran player.
3rd and 10. Esiason going deep for Brown, who makes the catch. Touchdown. Exactly what the Bengals needed. Brown had gotten by Carl Lee. They celebrate in Green Bay as the Bengals get on the board here. A 34-yard touchdown pass from Esiason to Brown.
Oh, and you have to say it again. That was so important to the Cincinnati Bengals. They had been mauled thus far. You knew they had the potential to break loose, and this is Eddie Brown, who had a ordinary year for Eddie Brown this season. A great year a year ago, but he beats a Pro Bowl corner in Carl Lee at the corner of the end zone.
Actually, Frank, he did beat Lee, but Lee gave him the inside and expecting some help from Travis Curtis, and Curtis was
he's just not the sweet back.
From the 20 on 1st and 10, going deep and finding Carter out at the 43-yard line. A 23-yard pickup on 1st and 10 from the 43. And Wilson gets dumped back at the 32-yard line. Reggie Williams.
And that's what Cincinnati has to do. They have got to.
They had the extra time was because of that 2-minute warning. Were it not for that, it definitely would have stood.
Correct.
From the 20-yard line, here's Boomer Esiason throwing to the far side and incomplete, intended for Tim McGee.
We've got the Courage Award tonight, just to stay there.
3rd down, long 6. Here's Esiason, and he has the first down as he fought from the 32. Esiason to Brooks. He has room to roam and gets out to the 41-yard line. A pickup of
Esiason changing it at the line of scrimmage again.
Brown gets open, and that's a first down at the 44-yard line. Tackled by a trio of Vikings, and White says, give me a timeout again. So the Bengals now have 1 remaining with 51 ticks of the clock left in the first half.
And Eddie Brown does not.
15 up.
Watch for number 81.
Here's Wilson. And the catch is made, and that's Jim Gustafson getting out of bounds.
This one you've got to go way upfield on. Here's your timeout. Try to get Carlos within field goal range.
3rd and 15, and 3 receivers are all down there, including Jones, who's made a season out of catches like that. Hassan Jones, who had a huge Hail Mary reception against the...
For number 5.
Chip shot for him. He kicked 7 in the Rams game. This one from 25 yards. And it is good.
And what a big field goal, because now 2 touchdowns by Cincinnati still has them trailing. 2 touchdowns before would have given them the lead. 2 touchdowns now have them trailing 22-21.
First pass is gone at the 35-yard line. Esiason looks first toward McGee and then over the middle for Holman, and he gets wrapped up, and the play is broken up by Scott Studwell. 3rd down and 10.
And you talk about locking on to someone. Studwell that time all over Rodney for the right arm and bringing it down so Holman can't pull the ball in.
3rd and 10. Esiason stepping up, Throws on the run, and wide open down the far sideline is Rodney Holman. And Rodney Holman, who just dropped the last pass, goes all the way for a touchdown.
And Joey Browner has egg all over his face.
Looked like he came off the bench.
Joey Browner is locked up on Rodney Holman, and when Boomer Esiason starts to scramble, Browner moves off of Holman, comes towards Esiason, and Rodney Holman is long gone.
Browner, I don't think, could have even dreamed about getting back into that play. Could be that he thought Esiason was going to be sacked. Esiason scrambling around. He's not one of the great scramblers, but he moves around in the pocket as good as anyone. And there you saw 47. He was with him all the way until Esiason started the scramble.
Jim Brach's extra point is good, and the crowd has been silenced because in the first 25 seconds of the third quarter, Cincinnati has shaved the Minnesota lead to 8. Rodney Holman, he'll be going to the Pro Bowl again. He'll be the AFC starter, his first catch of the night.
That's all made possible by the scramble of Esiason, Browner's overreaction to that scramble, and Rodney Holman staying alive, breaking off his route, going down the sidelines and presenting a target to his quarterback. And guess who this makes very happy? Yep, you guessed it right. The Green Bay Packers celebrate a Cincinnati touchdown.
Anderson is in the game as the sole setback here with 4 receivers, and they give it to him, and he gets knocked down short of the 30-yard line. So with 4 receivers, they give it to Anderson, his first carry of the night, and it's David from the 47. That's Holman in motion. Fake to ball. Esiason, after a stumble, throws under pressure and has it tipped incomplete. Batted by Joey Browner.
Oh, and they're going to rule it a sack. Oh, they're going to give Chris Dolman the sack. Pat Haggerty comes over and credits Dolman with grasp and control.
For Cincinnati, Vulture shaken up in the first half. 2nd and 10. Wilson pressured, sacked back at the 7-yard line. Skip McClendon dropping him there. And Reggie Williams was able to flush him out with McClendon finishing him off.
Now that we see old momentum kind of switching to the other side, I think we got to remind everyone.
Tackle. Play clock is down to 5. And Brooks spins his way to a first down and a lot more as he takes it to the 11-yard line. Reggie Rutland makes the tackle. And every time I watch James Brooks, I can't believe he's in his 9th year in the league.
Playing like a young Colt. That time, Minnesota was coming with the blitz, and they were just straight away blocking out. Cincinnati quick with the hurry-up offense.
Without a huddle on 1st and 10 from the 11, and Esiason in the grasp and sacked at the 25 by Dolman.
Perhaps it needed a huddle.
Perhaps. 2-1, and they just get the playoff. And the ball is taken out of Esiason's hands by Henry Thomas.
It bounces to the ground and right back up into the arms of Thomas.
Second and 6. Vikings with 5 sacks tonight. Off the play fake, here's a Cincinnati sack as Reggie Williams, who had 1.5 sacks all season long, has 2 in what might...
Nothing more than to keep Minnesota from being able to substitute.
Here's a little variation of what they call the sugar huddle.
They want my 11 against your 11.
Now, if Minnesota tried to substitute, they'd turn around and snap the ball.
Meanwhile, the play clock is down to 6.
And this place is shaking.
On 3rd and 11. Esiason fires to the far side, and the catch is made by McGee inbounds and a first down. Carl Lee providing the coverage. He was right. 2nd down and 6 from the 28-yard line as Esiason, great play fake, freezes the defense, and then lost one to Eddie Brown, and a first. At the 45-yard line, here's Ball going nowhere. Busting the play up is Marcus Bobick. The ball comes loose, and they say Minnesota has it. They say it's a fumble.
Oh, and Cincinnati just stood around and looked at the ball thinking it was down.
Dolman recovers after Duspabic dislodges it.
Here it is again. That ball is...
That's a fumble.
Loose.
That's a fumble all the way. Absolutely. Duspabic cleans it out with his foot. I think Chris Dolman just fell on that because
last year.
3rd and 10 from the 27. 4-man rush. Wilson fires, and what a catch made by Hassan Jones, taken down by Thomas.
Well, Eric Thomas is going to argue that he ended up out of bounds.
He ended up out of bounds because Thomas put him there, and
under his own power goes to the sideline, and Cincinnati now resumes on 2nd down and 8 from the 27-yard line. Esiason fires, it's tipped, and it is picked off by Duspabic. Mark,
If they can draw Cincinnati off sides, it'll be a 1st down.
Scribner to hold. And this kick is...
It hit the upright.
It hit the upright. It had the distance, but hit the upright and bounces back.
And now Cincinnati will take over at the line of scrimmage, which is out at the 35-yard line. So they have good field position following the missed field goal.
Down and 7. Esiason dumps it over the middle. It's Brooks. Brooks seeking the 1st down, has it. Takes it to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10. Scott Studwell makes the tackle. Jennings spun down at the 28-yard line. That should be enough for a 1st and 10 Cincinnati at the 28-yard line. Craig Taylor is the sole setback. He gets the ball. Taylor running into the official and getting it down to the 8.
And there's play action.
On 2nd and short, and underneath and wide open and making the catch is Taylor, busting a tackle, getting in for the touchdown. Craig Taylor, a rookie out of West Virginia.
6th-round draft pick, and Sam White said we may see him. He likes him. Fresh legs, and has made a big difference here in the 4th quarter. Green Bay.
Delirium in Dairyland for the moment.
Delirium in Dairyland. I don't even know why I repeated that. That's again a reminder: play action is worthless unless you're effectively moving the ball on the ground. But look at the effort by Craig Taylor. Fights off Duspabic. There's Ray Berry with a shot, and still he doesn't hit the ground till he gets the ball across the plane.
This season have scored only 43 points in the 4th quarter. And the catch is made by Carter, and he is pushed out of bounds, and a flag goes down as Eric Thomas jostles him.
And that is DUMB.
2nd and 10, 8:26 to go. The pass is caught at the 26-yard line, somehow, some way, by Anthony Carter along the sideline, and enough for a 1st down.
Oh, this is the Anthony Carter that just
the 19-yard line.
Except people in Green Bay.
Here's Spenny. He has a 1st down as he takes it to the 13. But they don't review it, and it's 2nd down and 16, and Wilson's going for the end zone.
They're going to get pass interference. Billups all over Hassan Jones.
And Billups is going to get another one if he doesn't get out of the official's face.
And he will. Another flag goes down.
Billups making contact past the 5 yards. Hassan Jones trying to make it out.
Holding number 24 on the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 24 on the defense.
Billups shouldn't even be complaining about this. He just flat was caught.
Well, we've had back-to-back bonehead plays by the Bengal corners. First Eric Thomas and now Lewis Billups. That's contact way beyond the 5-yard area. No question about the call. But then to come back and verbally accost an official. I mean, big games, you've got to keep your cool. Pressure situations, good ball players know when to be smart.
Bengals have been penalized 27 yards on this drive. Walker takes it to the 3-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal, and it's a loose ball, and Cincinnati has the football. No, the original signal is Cincinnati. Now he's saying Minnesota.
Yeah, they sure did. He came out of there and gave the ball to Cincinnati. And no one from Cincinnati even argues, so they must have never even had the ball.
He just came up and got disoriented.
Yeah, he pulled a Jim Marshall. He went the wrong way with it.
This is what Herschel Walker can do for you. Just take this stack, put it down with 230 pounds, and just drive people back.
Clearly a fumble.
It's also where he works best, between the tackles.
It's all Viking came up with a football.
He did lose it, but
yeah, he lost it. Clearly a fumble, but a Viking somehow got to the bottom of the pile. On 3rd and goal, no. Finney is stopped at the 1-yard line. So it's 4th down and goal now. 4:45 remaining. Crowd saying go, 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 but Burns has to block that out. Do you want to go for what would be a chip shot field goal?
When you have...
Setting up at the 7-yard line. On 4th down, they fake it to Walker and loft it into the end zone, and a touchdown to Novoselsky.
Give me a break. You think Bob Schnelker, who called that play, is perhaps thinking he's moving on if it doesn't work?
And it's popular in Pittsburgh.
Brent Novoselsky.
And when Wade Wilson put that ball in the air, guys.
Minnesota by 8. Esiason fires to the near side, and the catch is made. No, McGee is out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Well, they're penetrating, but it is disruptive. Everything has to be passed along.
3rd and 15. And too high for Holman. So it's 4th and 15. They're down by 8, and for the moment anyway. And last week, of course, he poured it on against Houston. He said, I don't take back what I said. I'm just sorry that it became such a cause celeb. You know, I like him because, you know, there are coaches in this league who attempt to be candid, but they attempt to manipulate the media in the guise of candor.
We made a good
point. Not White.
He said, I'm not sorry for what I said. I feel bad because I detracted from Reggie Williams' last game at Riverfront Stadium, regular season game, and I'm sorry that I kind of stole the show. That's not what I intended.
3rd and 4. Here's Finney stopped by Dixon, and now Cincinnati will take their timeout.
The ironic part of all that was that if the Bengals would have won tonight, it would not have been Reggie Williams' last game at Riverfront Stadium. They would have hosted Houston there this coming Sunday.
From the 5, 1st and 10. Here's Esiason. Dumps it to Brooks. He gets wrestled down by Berry. And again, the Bengals without a timeout come right up to the line at the 11. Clock will stop just once more at the 2-minute warning. 29-21 Minnesota. 2nd and 4. Brooks takes it up to the 17-yard line. Berry makes the tackle, and that's a 1st down.
That's not the way they're going to get it done, though, unfortunately.
Another gamble by Brooks that he could get big yardage inside instead of sprinting to the sidelines to stop the clock.
On 1st and 10. And that's all the Vikings are giving them, the underneath stuff. Here's Holman out to the 31, and that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So
this
Cincinnati,
defensive line, Al, this defensive line of Minnesota, see him immediately clutching his left knee. Anthony Munoz went off. It was very difficult for us to ascertain what was wrong with Munoz.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. The catch is made, or is it? No. Kendall Smith didn't have control of it. But does one official come in and overrule the other? Pittsburgh will be at Houston. Here's Eric Ball. And they keep him inbounds.
I agree more.
And to the playoffs they go. 3rd down and 2 from the 39. Esiason throws, and that's incomplete. 91-10, this 92-10 were the composite scores in the Steelers' first 2 games this season. They were routed on opening day by Cleveland. They were routed by Cincinnati. And they rebounded and wind up winning 9 of their last 14, and they're making plane reservations for Houston right now.
As long as we're throwing the kudos around, how about a few for Green Bay, too? They came back under Lindy and Fatty. And keep your eye on them next year.
4th and 2. And Esiason keeps the Bengals alive. McGee goes out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that's a first down. And Dusbavic is shaken up and holding his ankle.
I think the wonderful lady you'll be joining, Joan London, she'll help you.
Well, why don't we start by thanking Kenny Wolf, our producer, and Craig Janoff, our director, and all the way down the line in the truck. You are the very best. I mean, come on, get out of here.
We will roll the credits at the end as we wrap up year number 20. And Cincinnati, meanwhile, tries to keep this going on first down and into the end zone and dropped by Darrell.
Former Pro Bowler himself with the Philadelphia Eagles, and wherever he's gone, the pass rush has changed dramatically.
3rd and 10. And it's Brooks who gets bumped out of bounds. That stops the clock with 13 seconds, but 4th down coming up. McMillan covering on the play. So the Bengals flag is down, and it's caught by Brown for what would be a touchdown, and we'll see about the flag.
Keith Millard got manhandled at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if it was a tripping or a hold or whatever. Yeah, they're going to call tripping.
Yep.
Keith Millard is going to come out of there, and boy, does he get a big-time leg whip.
Well, they're celebrating in Pittsburgh, and I think on that last call they're celebrating, well, half of Vegas is celebrating, the other half is crying.
And here comes Millard. Listen to the hand this guy will get.
Oh, has he been tough over the past few weeks, playing with a separated shoulder, having to leave almost
Tripping.
2 or 3 times a game with
Number
that pain.
75.
Look to the right. Look to the right. Watch Millard try to come out. Ooh, and there's the trip. That's an unidentified Bengal on the ground. Bruce Reimers, Kelly Hayes tells us.
That's 2 for Reimers.
Reimers has had a tough go-around, but again, a reminder, he's playing nicked. He's got the flu, and Keith Millard is tired. And it nullifies a Bengal touchdown. Boomer wisely pulls up and hits Eddie Brown in the end zone. Boy, look at the work with the feet.
Oh, man, what a great pass.
That would have made it a 29-28 ball game with 4 seconds left.
Barring a defensive penalty, this would be the final play of the game, and we're going to have a defensive penalty because the Vikings have jumped. Esiason just throws it up for grabs. The pass is incomplete, but if the call is against the Vikings, there's still a play to go.
Outside. Defense. 1 more play.
Well, still intense interest around the big screens at every sports book in Vegas right now.
It's amazing how many people have remained here.
You're right. The Vikings were, I believe, 5.5 to 6 points, depending upon where you were. A Bengal score right now.
Uh-oh, the Vikings are armed with the Gatorade. That can mean only one thing. Watch out, Jerry.
At the 25-yard line.
A good guy, Jerry Burns.
Bob Schnucker will be a genius.
Last play of the season. Into the end zone. And into the playoffs go the Vikings.
And Burns got it.
And the Vikings unbeaten at home this year. They go 8-0 under the dome.
And 13 consecutive wins.
And for all intents and purposes, so ends the first round of the playoffs.
Vikings get a week off. Bengals get about 7 months off. Steelers, they go right back to work tomorrow, happily. Green Bay, great season for the Packers, but unfortunately 10-6 just doesn't do it in the NFC Central.
No, but we're looking at a team right there that next year I fully expect to challenge the Vikings for that crown. Clearly an up-and-coming ball club.
There's your final score. Minnesota wins it 29-21. Meanwhile, let's take a look now at the NFC.